Be me, 28-year-old female, work in HR at mid-sized company. Always been puzzled by how guarded men seem around women lately. Notice guys at work are extremely careful about interactions. Never alone with female colleagues, always keep doors open. Constantly documenting conversations and keeping email trails. Why are men so paranoid about normal workplace interactions? Assume it's just toxic masculinity making them uncomfortable with equality. Decide to ask my male friends what's behind this weird behavior. Organize guys' night out to get honest answers about their caution. Invite 6 male friends from college, all successful professionals. Expect them to admit they're just not used to female authority. Instead, get 3-hour conversation that completely changes my perspective. Friend Mike starts by explaining workplace harassment policies. Any woman can destroy my career with single false accusation. Describes how male colleague got fired over innocent compliment. Woman claimed he made her uncomfortable by saying she looked nice. No investigation, no due process, just immediate termination. Now, I avoid talking to women unless absolutely necessary for work. Friend David shares story about his brother's false rape accusation. College girl claimed assault after consensual hookup gone wrong. Brother expelled from school, lost scholarships, reputation destroyed. Charges eventually dropped when story fell apart months later. But damage was permanent, couldn't transfer or get into other schools. Why would I risk being alone with woman who could ruin everything? Friend Alex talks about divorce settlements he's witnessed. Father lost house, kids, and half income to ex-wife who cheated. Court gave her everything despite her being unfaithful. Marriage is legal contract where women hold all the power. Explains how no-fault divorce lets women profit from leaving, while men face financial devastation regardless of circumstances. Friend Chris brings up false domestic violence allegations. Neighbor went through bitter custody battle with vindictive ex. She claimed abuse to get advantage in court proceedings. Restraining order issued based solely on her testimony. Man couldn't see kids for months while allegations investigated. Even after being cleared, supervised visitation only. Family court assumes women are telling truth, men are lying. Friend Tony discusses online dating and social media dynamics. Women can screenshot private messages and destroy reputations. Cancel culture means past jokes or comments become career suicide. Every interaction is potential evidence against you later. Describes how women share men's private information in group chats, rating performance, sharing photos, mocking personal details. Nothing men say or do in relationships stays private anymore. Friend Brandon talks about changing legal landscape. Title IX investigations on campus assume guilt until proven innocent. Men expelled from college based on accusations alone. Due process doesn't exist when women make claims against men. Explains how burden of proof shifted entirely onto accused men. Career prospects destroyed before any investigation concludes. Start realizing their caution isn't paranoia, it's rational response. Legal and social systems heavily favor women in disputes. Men face severe consequences while women face minimal risk for lying. Creating environment where trust becomes dangerous luxury. Ask why they think women would make false accusations. Mike explains that accusations are powerful weapons now. Easiest way to destroy man is claim he did something inappropriate. No evidence required, just woman's word against his. Social media amplifies accusations while ignoring retractions. David describes how women use accusations for personal gain, revenge after bad breakups, advantage in custody battles, eliminating male competition at work or school. False accusations work because everyone believes them automatically. Alex talks about how Me Too changed social dynamics. Believe all women means presumption of guilt for accused men. Nuance disappeared, every claim treated as proven fact. Men who question accusations get labeled as misogynists. Creates system where false accusers face no consequences. Chris explains how women's emotions are treated as evidence. If she feels uncomfortable, he must have done something wrong. Subjective feelings become basis for objective punishment. Men's intentions are irrelevant if women interpret actions negatively. We can't control how women feel about normal behavior. Tony discusses how women document everything for potential use. Screenshots of conversations, recordings of arguments. Building cases against men just in case relationships go bad. Dating feels like being under constant surveillance. Every word analyzed for potential offense or future ammunition. Brandon talks about social pressure to always support women. Questioning female claims makes you enemy of progress. Men expected to sacrifice other men to prove they're allies. Throwing innocent men under bus shows you're good feminist. Solidarity among men disappears when women make accusations. Start understanding why men seem so isolated and defensive. They can't trust women because consequences are too severe. Can't trust other men because solidarity is considered toxic. Can't trust institutions because they automatically favor women. Rational response is extreme caution and emotional distance. Ask what would need to change for men to trust women again. Unanimous agreement that legal protections need reform. Due process must be restored in accusations and investigations. False accusers should face same penalties as crimes they allege. If lying about rape gets same sentence as rape, lying stops. Mike suggests anonymous reporting systems need oversight. Too easy for women to make false claims without accountability. Investigations should require evidence beyond accusations. Presumption of innocence must be restored in all proceedings. David talks about need for men's rights advocacy. Women have organizations fighting for them. Men have nothing. Male victims of abuse or false accusations have no support. Society treats men's suffering as acceptable collateral damage. Alex explains that marriage laws need major reform. Prenups should be unbreakable. Alimony should be limited. Default shared custody instead of maternal preference. Make marriage fair contract instead of wealth transfer system. Chris discusses workplace policy changes needed. Harassment policies should require evidence and investigation. False accusations should result in termination of accuser. Men shouldn't face different standards than women. Equality means equal treatment, not special protection for women. Tony talks about social media and cancel culture reform. Platforms should verify claims before amplifying accusations. Consequences for false information that destroys reputations. If you can ruin someone's life online, there should be accountability. Brandon emphasizes need for cultural change in how society treats men. Male victims should receive same support as female victims. Men's mental health and suicide rates need attention. Stop treating men as expendable and women as precious. Realize that men's distrust isn't unreasonable misogyny. It's protective response to genuinely dangerous social environment. Women hold enormous power to destroy men with single accusation, while facing minimal risk for lying or making mistakes. Spend weeks researching claims my friends made. Discover that everything they said is supported by evidence. False accusation rates higher than anyone wants to admit. Legal bias against men in family courts well documented. Workplace harassment policies often lack due process protections. Men's rights issues ignored or dismissed by mainstream society. Start paying attention to how women around me treat men. Notice casual threats about reporting or calling HR. Jokes about getting men fired or expelled for minor offenses. Using accusations as weapons in personal conflicts. Power dynamics completely favor women in interpersonal disputes. Observe male colleagues' behavior with new understanding. Their caution isn't sexism, it's self-preservation. Every interaction with women carries potential career risk. Rational men minimize exposure to false accusation threats. Paranoid behavior actually makes perfect sense. Attend workplace diversity training with different perspective. Notice how policies assume men are potential predators. Women encouraged to report anything that makes them uncomfortable. No guidance on what constitutes actual harassment versus preference. Men treated as guilty until proven innocent in all scenarios. Begin questioning feminist narratives about power dynamics. If women can destroy men's lives with single accusation, who really holds power in modern society? Legal system, social media, and institutions all favor women. Men increasingly powerless to defend against false claims. Start advocating for due process and fair treatment. Lose friends who accuse me of betraying women's progress. You're supposed to support women, not question victims. Pointing out need for evidence makes me misogynist, apparently. Realize that acknowledging men's legitimate concerns is taboo. Speak with other women about need for accountability. Most refuse to consider that false accusations happen. Women don't lie about these things, despite clear evidence. Ideological commitment prevents acknowledging reality. System that destroys innocent men eventually hurts everyone. Now, work helping men navigate hostile legal and social environment. Document false accusations and biased treatment. Advocate for policy changes that protect everyone's rights. Coordinate with lawyers fighting unfair persecution. Men's distrust of women is rational response to current system. Until women accept accountability for false accusations, and society restores presumption of innocence for men, distrust will continue growing as protective mechanism. Learned that trust requires safety and fairness. Current environment provides neither for men interacting with women.